What is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with a special Cleveland Cavaliers article review for you. And today's article comes to us courtesy of ESPN's Bobby Marks, who goes over cap space and best fits for all 30 teams heading into NBA free agency 2025, which of course begins not on Tuesday, July 1st at 6 p.m. like I originally thought, but on Monday, June 30th at 6 p.m. So essentially, we are one day closer to NBA free agency than I originally thought, which is pretty cool, right? And here I thought this entire time that NBA and NHL free agency got going on the same day. But no, NBA free agency gets underway on Monday, June 30th at 6 p.m., whereas NHL free agency gets underway on Tuesday, July 1st at noon. So, should be a fun couple days in both the NBA and NHL. Of course, when it comes to my teams, the Cavs and the Blue Jackets, again, they're on completely opposite sides of the cap space spectrum, right? The Blue Jackets are sitting, I believe, at $32 million in cap space, whereas the Cavs, they ain't got no cap space. In fact, you could say their head is essentially through the cap space ceiling. Yeah, they are way above the second apron. They got some work to do to get under the apron, unless they're fine with being restricted in what they can do. In that case, don't expect much from them. Whereas the Blue Jackets are probably going to be insanely aggressive based off of what they've done so far, right? And based off of what I've heard. So, now before I get into what Mr. Marks said about the Cavs, I actually have a signing to talk about. As, again, Kobe Altman has begun doing work on this roster, which is cool. As, according to Shams Charania on Twitter earlier today, and I quote, free agent guard Sam Merrill intends to sign a 4-year, $38 million contract to stay with the Cleveland Cavaliers, sources tell ESPN. The Cavs negotiated the new deal with Kieran Pillar and Mark Bartelstein of At Priority Sports, a success story for the 60th pick in the 2020 draft. Not bad for essentially the NBA's Mr. Irrelevant. Not bad at all. And I'll be honest with you, after we drafted Proctor, I wasn't sure Sam Merrill was going to be back. And then, of course, today we traded for Lonzo Ball, and that told me that, Ty Jerome's a goner. So we keep Sam Merrill, and it looks like Ty Jerome go bye-bye. Man, that hits, man. That sucks, but that's the NBA nowadays, right? One or the other. I'm just happy we didn't lose both. I'm perfectly fine with keeping Sam Merrill. Now, what I'm going to need Sam to do is get in the gym and just keep shooting threes. I mean, every day, shoot no less than like 500 threes a day in the gym. I need that shot to be as crisp as ever. Because, my God, dude, if you go out this year and you stink after signing this contract, oh boy, the takes are going to be flying like your threes. Yeah, with that being said, let's get into what Bobby Marks had to say about the Cavs. So, of course, he gets right into the Cavs' financial situation. And as you can see, again, they're not in great shape when it comes to cap space. They pretty much have no cap space, right? They are $29 million above the tax, $22 million above the first apron, and for some reason, he said we're $10 million below the second apron, even though I'm pretty sure we're actually above the second apron. So I believe that was a mistype there. So yeah, we're like $10 million above the second apron. And so, yeah, we got some work to do to get under the second apron. We'll see what else Kobe has in store for us. Now, in terms of team needs, Bobby Marks says front court depth, and I agree with that, right? We could definitely use some depth there. And then he listed some free agents who could fit. Of course, Sam Merrill, who is now extended, so take his name off the list. Chris Paul. No. We don't need another damn guard, thank you very much. Especially Chris Paul. I don't really need that guy on my squad, thank you. Al Horford. Now that would be funny, given his history against the Cavs. That would be awkward as hell, not gonna lie. I don't think that'll happen. Mason Plumlee. Yeah, no. Isn't he the one that always got sunned by Jared Allen whenever we played him with the Hornets? I'm pretty sure that's who that was. Yeah, no. Bull. Yes. Paul Reed. Yes. Jericho Sims. I've been on with Jericho Sims. Thomas Bryant. Yup. Colin Gillespie. I wouldn't be mad at that. Keaton Wallace. Who? Reese Beekman. Who? Brandon Carlson. Isn't he with the Thunder? Oscar Shibwe? Okay. And PJ Hall. So pretty clear. The last few names on this list are guys that would essentially be like the last guy on the roster. Right? Like, those are dudes that you sign as free agency is wrapping up and training camp is starting up. Right? Like, the season's about to start. You need to sign someone to fill that last spot on the roster. So you essentially put names on a dartboard and you just pick whoever the dart lands on. If I had to pick two names from this list for the Cavs to sign, in my opinion, I'm rolling with either Bull, Paul Reed, Jericho Sims, or Thomas Bryant. Give me any of those four names, and I'm good. Now, to finish up this article, Bobby Marks talks about moves that he would make, which is funny because, of course, he did say sign Sam Merrill to a 4-year, $35 million contract. And again, he signed a 4-year, $38 million contract. So, depending on when this article was published, which was earlier today, which is funny because that was about an hour before Sam Merrill got extended. So it's like Kobe Altman saw that article and thought, oh, re-sign Sam Merrill, you say? Done. He was only off by what? $3 like that? He said, what? 38 or 35? He said 35. Whereas we signed Sam for 38. All those off, buddy. So close. He almost caught it exactly. Got the years, just not the dollars. And then he adds to shore up front court depth. Sign Al Horford to a 1-year, $3.6 million contract. Again, that would be awkward as hell given our history with him. The fact that this dude legit could not beat us when LeBron was here in the playoffs. He tried and tried and tried, and every time he was unsuccessful. As I said, when LeBron was here. Because, of course, he finally got the job done last year with the Celtics. Of course. When we lost in 5 games. Again. It seems like when the Cavs lose a playoff series, at least they have the decency to get gentlemen swept. Right? You ever think about that? They don't get swept. They get gentlemen swept. They at least win a game. That's all they can do. Win a game. Not 2, not 3, not 4. 1 game. Right? Nope. If they lose a series, they lose in 5. Of course. So, interesting names. Again, out of the 4 names that I mentioned, Bol, Paul Reed, Jericho Sims, and Thomas Bryant, I think the most likely guy that we would sign is probably Thomas Bryant. He's actually a good shooter, and he'd add some good size to our bench. He would be a fantastic backup big man to come in for Jared Allen. He'd be fantastic. Same thing with Bol. So, yeah. I mentioned, honestly, signing Bol. Imagine Lonzo Ball lobs it to Bol. The ball to Bol connection. Lonzo Ball to Bol. Give me that. Kobe, get me Bol. I demand Bol. Just for that alone. Give me what I want. Which, of course, what I want is a backup big man, not Tristan Thompson. I love Tristan. Don't get me wrong. But I would prefer a backup big who's actually playable, can actually do stuff, and he's not old as dirt. Thank you. That goes for Al Horford, too. I'm pretty sure Al Horford is actually older than Tristan Thompson. Yeah. That's crazy, isn't it? I would like a non-fossilized backup big man. Thank you very much. So we'll see what Kobe Altman has for us. And I cannot wait to see my reaction when the Cavs inevitably sign Al Horford to the exact contract that Bobby Marks predicts. 1 year, $3.6 million. That'd be fun. Oh, man. But yeah, if the Cavs do make any moves, of course, I'll be right here making a video talking about it. If any rumors come out from any legit sources, like any of the beat writers or Shams or Chris Haynes or any of those guys, I'll have a video for it. You already know. Free agency is almost here, and I'm sure we're going to start hearing and seeing some stuff over the next 48 or so hours. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. As always, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell. I'm going to end this video before I just start saying some weird ass stuff. It's what my videos usually devolve to. Then I have to, stop the video and redo it because I get so unhinged. Okay, I'll stop. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, Cavs. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Yeah.